From the early stages of development right through to the tertiary levels of education, under the Basic Education Assistance Module, BEAM, learners with disabilities access free education from ECD up to Form 6, and that is up to the end of high school education. In addition, the government of Zimbabwe pays fees for learners with disabilities in tertiary institutions and in vocational training centers throughout the country.
Courses for disability specialists to monitor BEAM program for children with disabilities in resource units. And then we move on to assistive devices. There are delays in payments for acquiring the devices. Quotations are sourced in RTGS and they may be valid for a short period of time. For instance, a quotation in RTGS may be valid for only 2 days, thereby affecting the acquiring of the device.
The training workshops on disability rights are grounded in the provisions of the National Disability Policy, which was launched by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe on 9 June 2021.
Children of persons with disabilities. Sometimes it is not known that these children have parents who have disabilities. So they are excluded from because it's not known. And also there's that issue here, which is some of these children with disabilities, they are left in the walls. They are not like, the community does not even know that they exist. So how then can they access the service that they, that the community doesn't know what they need? So as the selection team, vanenge vapiwa mazita evana vari eligible for BEAM. But if they don't know that there's a child with a disability in this house, how they can that child benefit from that program? And also there's that issue, harmful practices. It's culturally, disability, then they are not going to amount to anything. So because of that, our child feel that opportunity to go to school. So yes, we have BEAM, but then the parents they don't want to go, so they are not going to go to BEAM. So for this one, teach awareness campaigns where we sensitize parents about disability and how education can empower a child with a disability to have a better future.
At district level, we play the role of linking SGBV survivors with the police and the hospitals, as well as provide them with psychosocial support for the survivors and his or her family. We also conduct home visits to assess living arrangements, and in cases where the conditions are not conducive, arrangements are made to move the survivor to elsewhere.
Boys with disabilities vanogona kukura nepfungwa dzekuti chero ndakaapproacha musikana haambofandi bvuma. So izvozvo zvinozolida to a bad behavior yekuti dheri anotanga kubvumiwa acharamba achingotaya kubvumiwa ikoko. So children with disabilities need that information. And vanotoishandisa vakaiwana, but the belief in our society is if someone has disability, he or she is innocent, and issues to do with sex is immoral.
The Department of Disability Affairs in the Ministry of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare is seeking to strengthen the capacity of all relevant government departments with regards to the inclusion of persons with disabilities.
Plus, the parallel training of community care workers to be able to identify child protection cases, including SGB, particularly that which occurs among children, including children with disabilities. Parallel psychosocial support and health assistance to victims of SGBV and referring them to critical emergency health services. Parallel coordination coordinating government and private organizations engaged in social protection, child protection.
Persons with disabilities must receive the individual support they require.
There was so much mention on children with hearing impairment, but we had some kind of an operation research through one of our partners, and one type of disability which came out strongly are the children, especially girls with the mental disability. Most of them at 13, 14, and I think this is one type of disability which sometimes is affected by stigma. Stigma, it comes as a result, especially when the family or even the service provider is trying to get the case through. That doubt that will this child be consistent in whatever they are saying. Sometimes at family level, you know, they are because nasi anogona kuti andibata neuyu mangwana woti andibata neuyu. So the family gives up and they are normally not protected right from family level. But even when we come at service provision, it is difficult for the investigating officer because today they will be told this, tomorrow that. And that's where we need really strong probation officers who will try and get as much information as possible to really sustain this case and make sure that it moves ahead. Vakawanda vato at age 17 papa anenge atova nevana 2, and in most cases pane this belief sometimes yekuti, especially those who are taking some type of medication, like tikatarisa medication ye-epilepsy. Yes, and other medicines reports inonzi even scientifically, but vanoziva kuti dzino increase the appetite of the person to have sex at it. So it becomes a challenge. I think that is one thing which maybe I think we need to try and look at how best can those cases, how best can those children be protected.
Mai vatinofunga sokuti havasi kuda mwana varingosafa burnout because ndo vane mwana iye mangwana nemasikati neusiku. And if we put ourselves in that parent's shoes, nasi kwauya mwana, yes, uchamuchengeta mangwana. Tomorrow kwauya mwana, uchamuchengeta mangwana. How will that maybe appear in the next 5-10 years? So I think at some point, because of their condition, a family must also intervene to say, hey, mwanangu, sure vana vanogona kuzokuchengeta, but vamwe vacha 5 haufunga kuti vakwana. Or otherwise, because of those tablets she talked about, iye lipido yakangokwira uchangozvara achingozvara kusvika rini.
Nevana vane ma-severe disabilities, especially ma-CP anenge ari severe, the child is at home, but unoona kutoti sometimes akazorwara with something else, then people know kuti mwana is being sexually abused. And in most cases, that survey yakaratidza kuti in most cases is the person within the household, because mwana wekuti haatozombofi akabva pamba kana asina kuenda neumwe munhu. And then my second maybe submission is on the acquisition of assistive devices. I think in the past days you covered reasonable accommodation. Yes. So that is part of being inclusive, even in our procurement, as has been said. There are things which may not change, but there are things where maybe, looking at my memories long back, I worked for government some time back, but there can be long-term agreements where if we look at maybe things like, let's say, hearing aids or wheelchairs, the procurement processes can take place at a particular time, and then this becomes a long-term agreement. Say for 12 months, we know supplier X is going to be providing our wheelchairs, but also we make sure that they keep that price so that tomorrow they don't charge another price. It can be paid in dollars, but then converted in the RTGS if that is the medium. So I think reasonable accommodation is really asking for us to step outside and look at how best can we be inclusive of disability.